Hello, I'm Joseph Arasconia Jr., and I'm here to give you some information on the program Life Force. If you're watching this tape, then you probably have been in touch with one of our ROM people who have been giving you information on the program. I'm sure that you would be interested in hearing more about what exactly we do. I want to give you a little bit of background on the program so you understand exactly what all of the situations are as far as doing the program and the rhyme and the reason for your participation in it. We find out that when people know more about what exactly they're doing, the programs work a whole lot better. And I'm sure you feel that way yourself. We'll have to go back a little bit of history, give you some idea of where the program comes from. Many people have that question. They want to know why we're doing the program. The people that I run into at conventions and seminars and lectures a lot of times are very curious and want to know how the computer program was formed, who wrote it, where the information come from. A lot of people are concerned because they feel that if garbage is put into the computer, you're going to get garbage back out, and I'm 100% behind that idea. So this is why we're doing this program, to give you a better idea of where the information is coming from and to give you a more solid ground to stand on so that you'll make a positive decision about doing the program. Now, back in 1975, much of the information that was gathered to create this program was developed out of studies on radiation. I myself spent a lot of time studying the effects of pollution and radiation on the human body. It was just coincidental that in 1980 the 3 Mile Island accident occurred, and I produced a book called The Threat of the Poison Rain. And here's the book. I don't know if you have seen this book in your bookstores or health food markets, but I published this book primarily to give people an idea what was going on with pollution and with the problems of the saturation of poisons in the environment. Now, much of the reason why the program was put together is because at this stage of the game, the poisons, the toxins, the pollution, the environment itself is becoming so corroded that it has become extremely complex. It is really absolutely unfair to any doctor or practitioner for you to ask him from where your problems stem, because he really does not have the equipment, the technology, or the wherewithal to discover these rhymes and reasons. I'll give you a little bit of background on that so you understand the overall problem that medicine faces today. In the early 1800s, many of the chemicals and the pollutants that are in the air today were just being discovered, and they weren't being used at all. The medical establishment at that time, which is more or less a folk medicine group called homeopathy, spent a good deal of time studying the effects of these drugs and chemicals on the human body. They consequently cataloged all this information in massive volumes, and over a period of time developed such an incredible library on all of the effects of toxic chemicals and pollutants that today we reference to this quite usually. We do this constantly. Look back to what the studies were 200 years ago. Incredibly, the medical doctors of today have all but forgotten about this study, and they themselves have become embroiled in an incredible myriad of trouble, because now the industrialists have taken all the chemicals and all the toxins and elements that were discovered in the early 1800s and begun to use them profusely and belch the excesses, the exhausts of these poisons into the environment. People are now becoming sick and becoming overloaded with these poisons, and the doctors don't know what they have. When we go back and look at the work that was done by the homeopathists in the early 1800s, cataloging all this information, we find out that it is so complex that the only way that we can actually access this information with any kind of logic is by using high-speed computers. So in 1975, we started logging all the information into a computer system that would be able to detect the symptom patterns that are caused in human beings and find out where the pollutant, where the toxin is coming from, what element is actually upset in the body. We found out in 1981 that the systems that we were using to develop this whole program needed to be escalated to even higher level. And thereby we developed a theories of extrapolating information from the computer in the most massive program that was ever developed to find out how a human being gets sick. And this is the work that resulted from it. It's a 900-page text called the Prometheon, and it was written in 1980, and it is the text that is used to explain where all of the electronic connections come from that we use. We use infrared, and we use a lot of other detecting devices to figure out where the case is bogged down. If you have headaches, nausea, if you've got dizziness, if you've got the common problems of mankind, you may be exhibiting or expressing from your body the troubles that are occurring from the overload of poison and toxins in the environment. Now, you do not have to be next to a nuclear power plant accident like the people in Chernobyl who wound up, many of them dying, many of them with severe problems over a lifetime will develop cancer. You do not have to be at ground zero for a hydrogen blast to wipe you off the planet. All you have to do is expose yourself to the incredible slew of toxins and poisons being unleashed on humanity today. The carbon monoxide coming from the exhaust of cars, high tension wires crisscrossing the country, microwave stations and towers, telephone receivers, television stations, all of the things that you regard as a convenience, there's a price to pay. Electronic devices are using materials just like the materials that are used in hydrogen bombs to transmit their ideas and their purposes. If you get caught in a crossfire of these poisons, then symptoms in your body will begin to react. And this is what the program is all about. It's a way of tracing down exactly what's happening in your body. And here's the book that you have to read to find out. It's going into paperback very soon, and this is the program that gives you the basis, the foundation of all of the computer programs. Now, this is the one book that was written. We have 250 books that have been written on the subject. The largest amount of information on the planet has been developed on our system. That is the life force technical system for finding and detecting symptoms and problems in the human system. We have over 1,250 computer programs on board with over 2,000 different translating mechanisms to find out what's wrong with you. If you can't find out what's going on with your system, we promise to hunt through everything that we have to find a solution to what's going on with you. And today I brought with me the infrared detecting device and a computer system. This is a small terminal that we use. It's kind of portable. And we use this detecting receiver. This is an infrared gun. It's sort of like a Polaroid camera, only it's more pinpoint. It has a hole that is about a ½ inch in size. And we take the readings of energy and the patterns off of the body directly and have the computer brain inside compare the picture that is created with your system and put it in through its computing mechanism and to find out exactly what is the situation with your body. So I brought a person with me today, and I'm going to be taking a picture of her just to give you an idea. I'm going to step you through the system and show you how easy it is to take a picture of somebody and get information on them. The reason why we put something like this together is because we're in a hurry. The toxins, the pollution, the poisons that are in the environment today are escalating at a geometric rate. And it is only those people who understand how to access the body, to talk to the body, to understand the symptoms and the logic and all of the troubles that are being expressed by the body will be saved. So first, let me show you how this works. This is a very simple computing system. All you have to do is punch a few buttons and get the system ready. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to take a picture. I'm going to set the computer up first, and then I'm going to work with Kessie here, who is from the Institute of Better Learning in York, and she is going to help me with a picture. It's very simple to do one, and on the back of the gun there's a meter that shows you exactly what the temperature is of the environment, the outside environment. As I pass my hand pads, I don't know if the camera can pick this up, but you can see the changes of energy on the back of the gun. Can you get that? Are you picking that up? Okay. And now, by using the meter on the back, I can set up the computer to give me the exact temperature window, we call it, so that we can get her energy. Everybody has different temperatures on their body, and we like to set the computer up to the exact ratio so that we can get right where we need the energy to take off. And now I'm going to have to go over here, and if you can just face me for a second. Kessie, very good. Now I want to show you how, as I pass the machine over her face, you can see the numbers flashing. I don't know if you can pick that up or not, but as you got over here on this camera, but you can see the numbers flashing on the back of the machine. It has a computer inside this handheld gun as well, and you notice on the top it's 36 degrees up around her forehead. Usually people are warmer at the top of their head than they are near the chin and near the sinuses, and it's about 34 degrees down, lower down in that area. Okay, so right around the mandible, and here it's about 32, 33 degrees, 36 on the forehead. Okay, so what we have to do, excuse me, Kessie, for a second, is just put into the computer the window. You have to put the right numbers in, and then we can put this on a delay so the computer will give me a chance to go from spot to spot, and then I can take the picture very, very easily. So we'll put it on a 1-second delay, and all I have to do is hit the button, and I'm all ready to go. And just face me for a second, thank you. And if you can hear the beep sounding, each beep tells me when it's time to move to the next spot. And what I'm doing right now is I'm taking a specific energy comparison of the different areas of Kessie's face. There we go. And after I get done, the computer is going to analyze all this information and come up with some clue as to what her problems are. Okay? Well, I got it done. And now if you take a picture, you'll see that the computer starts to analyze right away, and it starts to draw graphically what I did with this gun. And you'll see that the blue field is the cold field. That's the lowest temperature. And then when the white field comes in, that's the field that gives you the information that is directly connected to the next highest level of energy. And each layer of energy, now we have the red field come in. This is the hottest layer of energy, but as the whole program is developed, that would be considered the third level of energy. And as it completes the picture, I know right now it doesn't look much like a face, but it's sort of like almost like an embryo. And there it is. Now that's the face. It is drawn, the outline of the face. And these red areas in here indicate where those specific points were radiating the most energy, and the blue areas are the areas where the energy is dormant, or it rests. So it gives us a comparison. The computer on the inside can now take a look at that comparison, and the only way we can really get a fine-tuned look at what exactly that picture means is by looking at this particular energy chain that comes out. This is a logarithmic chain. I don't expect anybody to understand it. This is the chain that we use at our central headquarters to figure out what is the next step in your program. So if you're with a ROM terminal right now and that person is letting you watch this film, then he is the person that's going to be taking directives from our central headquarters And we need these numbers. Every time that a picture is taken from you, we will look at all these numbers and take them apart, and we will know specifically what the next step for you is. Now, we like you to take 5, 6, maybe 10 pictures so we could be really sure about what to do. We may have you do blood tests, urine tests. We can develop these number chains from many different areas. The computer is set up to even take energy and number readings out of voice print analyzers and things of this nature. We have programs of biofeedback that get information back from the computer and then write it out in these number chains. So a lot of times when your program comes back, you'll see line after line of all these special numbers, and these numbers are all related to your organ function. I invite you to watch the film that we did on the numbers. It'll teach you all about the numbers. It's very, very informative, and it gives you a really good idea where it comes from. So that primarily is the program that I wanted to show you. I'm glad you had a chance to look at this with me. And if you have any further questions, I invite you to call at the central headquarters or get more literature. As I said, we have probably the highest amount ratio of literature printed on this subject, over 26 million words. And stay tuned for more of our specific and fantastic video shows. This is Joseph R. Sconia Jr. signing off, and thank you for watching.